If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
How are you with this emblem for bending time? And we talk about it in sports, but I know Al Michaels told me he leaned on you for advice. How are you with that? I mean, how do you process this idea that you've become this emblem of aging gracefully?
I think that's been part of my journey. And I think if there's anything beyond sports and how it translates into other aspects of life, that's something I think that I can take and hopefully share with other people.
Brady won Sports Person of the Year for Sports Illustrated last night, Rod. And the reason why I bring it up is there was a piece in an article that came out with the announcement in which this quote he said, and it kind of jumped out at me. And I'm wondering what you think about this. Your guy's been playing played many years and wound up in the room where Brady's going to wind up with the same bust in the same bust room as you. This is what he said, quote, I think, if anything, the most challenging part you mentioned about playing right now is the emotional aspect of football for me. When we lose, it's depressing. When we win, it's a relief. It's not like the joy, the happiness. It's a relief because when we win, sometimes just winning isn't good enough for you. What do you think when you hear that, Rod?
Well, most guys like him, and, I retired because I was tired of just going through the rigors of having surgery and coming back from a surgery. It's his choice. He has a certain level of play that he wants to play, and he's rewarded by the wins. And to me, it is emotionally draining to play that long. As long as he's played, that's a long time. I don't know how many more years he has. I think if they win again, they go back to back. I think he drops the mic and walks off.
But Brady doesn't see himself slowing down anytime soon, don't worry. After publicly saying he wants to play until he's 45 years old, now TB12 has opened the door to playing to 46 or even past that point, telling Jim Gray in an interview, quote, it's more about am I at championship level as a quarterback? And if I am, I'm going to play and I'm going to compete because I love it.
He has that standard that he wants to play at. So I think if he really gets that win, he's dropping the mic. And, yeah, it is taxing even for coaches. Well, coaches, it does linger a little bit more when you do lose, and you relieve when you do win. So, but Brady's been coaching for the last 12 years, 10 years. Anyway, he's been the coach, right? He's been coaching his guys on the field. So he's been that coach.
Good point, Ron.
He technically doesn't have the title, but he's been that guy.
Now, how many more years do you really think Brady will play?
Well, Skip, I believe it's really important for him to reach that milestone that he set out there for 7, 8 years ago. He said, I'm gonna play until I'm 45. And he has a lot of other guys talking about playing to that age. You hear Russell Wilson saying he wanted to play until his 40s. Aaron Rodgers has mentioned playing until his 40s. Drew Brees says, and we saw what happened, Skip. I just believe until you get to year 10, I was at year 5, I was like, man, if I could just make it to 10. And then once I got to 10, I took it year by year. And I think that's what Tom Brady, although he has that on the horizon, 45, man, 45, play until I'm 45. That'll give me 23 years. I believe he takes it year to year.
But it is just stunning to say out loud because Tom Brady is 44 years old, and there were so few people who, and he grew up idolizing you. For anyone who doesn't know that, Brady grew up in Northern California idolizing Joe Montana. I remember one time asking him in an interview when he had surpassed your Super Bowl title, your number of Super Bowls, about doing that. And he said, I'll never be in Joe's class. Like, he still idolizes you in that regard. So I'd be curious to hear your perspective on what he's doing at this age. I know the game is different than it was, but still, at 44 years old, to still be playing like this, how do you put that in perspective?
It's pretty easy to see. The man is talented, and he is a guy that plays in the pocket. And so as long as you can keep him there and he can stay healthy, which with the rules the way they are, he's getting hit, but he's not getting hit that many times, and he gets rid of the ball quickly. I don't see any reason why that he can't play till 50. As long as that arm works and that brain, he'll be fine. And as long as they can, the line's got to give him some kind of protection. So you got to have some guys up there to help. And he's got some great guys on the outside, and who wouldn't want to retire?
Okay, so your gut feeling right here, right now, given health, if he has pretty to very good health,
he'll come back next year.
So you'll say this year and one more, and that will be it.
Yeah.
So I hate to point out, for our viewers' sake, that we've gone now, we're getting into our
5 years.
5th year.
Yep.
That each year you've said maybe one more, maybe one more, maybe one more.
The one thing I was right about, I said it was going to be a last one in New England.
Okay, I'll give you that one. And because it was his last in New England, and because he has found football utopia in Tampa, with a team that is as talented as any other team in the league, you can make a case they are the most talented
Well, they're the most talented team he's ever been on.
Well, definitely that. But wall to wall.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Weapons, defense.
Yeah. Yes.
It's pretty great.
Yes.
And it looks like it could last a little while.
Yeah.
And I loved what he said yesterday because he's so self-aware. His point yesterday was to Jim Gray, or this actually 2 days ago, he's saying, look, is my arm going to get stronger this year? No. Am I going to get faster this year? No. Am I going to be able to throw it farther this year? Although he did lead the league in air distance last year because of Bruce Arians' offense. Right. It required him, it asked him to throw it farther than he was ever asked to throw it in New England. And I thought he threw it great. I didn't see any diminishing arm talent, but it's also not going to get better at 44 or 45. Right. So he's saying, I accept that. But the point is, he said, in the end, all I care about is, can I still play at a championship level at 44? Right. The big answer is yes, because I, for one, I will not be at all surprised if he wins MVP next year. He's going to be right in the middle of it.
That's what I want my teammates to maximize their opportunity and their potential in pro sports. It's provided me the best memories, the best relationships, this incredible career. So if people want what I want, then I'm there to help them. If they don't, all right, let them do their own thing, no problem. But if you come to me and you say, hey, how can I have a career like yours? I'd be very happy to help anybody.
He's saying, look, I play because I love it. Yeah. Well, if you still love it, that's all that matters. That's the bottom line, because he said, I love to compete.
Right. Skip, I loved everything about football except football at that point in time because I just couldn't do the meetings. Yeah, see, Tom loves the meeting. Tom loves the prep. Rewind it. I like, man, I don't want to take any more film home and watch it. Right. I don't want to watch any more film at practice. I like, can I just show up to practice and play? And that wasn't an option. So the next best option was to leave and go to TV. But Tom loves everything. Tom loves practicing. Tom loves film study. He loves getting on the planes and having fun with the guys.
And now, key point, he has a coach he actually loves to be around because he's fun. Bruce Arians is just a lot of fun to be around, right?
And Skip, Tom Brady for the first time looks around and gets treated like the player he deserves to be treated as.
First time ever.
He's like, hold on. You mean to tell me I get to treat? He probably got a different parking spot, get close to the building. He gets privileges that he never got in New England, and he was there for 20 years, and he gets this after being there for 2 months.
Yep. Here's his concluding point to Jim Gray. He says, we shouldn't stop our life, even though we love something, because it's just someone puts an arbitrary timeline on it. Very true.
Right.
Just because no one's ever played to 44 or 45 at a high level.
Right, especially at a skill position. Blanda kicked till he was 48, but he was just a kicker.
Got it. When you get to 38, you start to hit the quarterback wall. Well, obviously, he's way beyond that wall. Correct. So he's saying, I don't care what history says.
Well, hell, he's been to more Super Bowls after the age of 37 than any other quarterback has been to in their career.
So
you're talking about from 37 to 43, where he's at, as opposed to all the other quarterbacks in history.
Okay. So he's saying, don't tell me what's happened in the past, because I'm shattering this mold, because I'm happy, I'm committed.
Right.
I'm reasonably healthy. He got his knee fixed, and I do think it was sounds like it's a pretty serious injury. Right. And I have a really good team with a coach I love in an organization I really love. Right. And what's not to love about this? So to me, again, I'm going to knock on wood for him. Given health, I don't know why he couldn't play for 3 or 4 more years. Would it shock me if he played till 50? And again, you're going to laugh out loud at that. But would it shock me if Tom Brady played football at age 50? It wouldn't shock me at all, because he's found some way to generally be able to ward off the week-to-week soreness through his pliability or his diet or however you want to say it. You can laugh at it if you want to, but it's working for him.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day. Thanks for watching.